Hello and welcome to today's session on Sage 1 Accountants and Bookkeepers in Practice. My name is Sultana and it's my pleasure to spend the next 30 minutes taking you through the benefits of the different services of Sage 1 for you and your client. The aim of today's session is to give you an overview of what Sage 1 is and also the different variants of Sage 1. Hopefully providing you with enough knowledge to be able to recommend the best solution for a particular client. Now you'll find out how to get set up as a Sage 1 accountant or bookkeeper and how to access the resources that we have available to you. I'll take you through how simple the software is to use and the extra features available to you as the accountant or bookkeeper. And once we've seen how to use it, I'll remind you of the next steps following today's session. So let's get started. Sage 1 is a family of online softwares that helps you manage the business finances of your clients. It's designed for UK and Irish businesses, and there is a range of options available to help manage everything from cash-based accounting through to VAT and even international trading. Sage 1 is really easy to use with no jargon or confusing processes, just an easy way to get things done. It's backed up by our 24/7 telephone support from centres based in our head office in Newcastle upon Tyne. So what exactly is Sage 1? Well, hopefully by the end of this demonstration you'll be able to tell me. Sage 1 is our online accounting, payroll and data sharing software that helps accountants to work with their micro and small business clients. So it's perfect for small limited companies, freelancers or sole traders, for example. As I said, it's completely online, which means that you and your clients can access the software wherever you have an internet connection. So access anytime, anywhere, from any internet-enabled device, including PCs, Macs, laptops, smartphones, iPads, and any other tablets out there. It gives you and your client the freedom to work when and where you want. And because we know that keeping control of costs is important to small businesses, Sage 1 is available on an affordable monthly subscription in 6 different variants. So first up, we've got Sage 1 Accountants Edition. Now this is the hub that accountants and bookkeepers will use to manage and collaborate with their Sage 1 clients online. This allows you to extend the range of your practice by using cloud accounting services, which means that you can work with your clients all over the UK. Existing Sage Accountants Club members receive access free of charge. Non-members can join our online club for only £5 per year. Then we have Sage 1 Collaborate. Now this is a feature within the Accountants Edition which allows accountants and bookkeepers to work securely and efficiently with your clients. By using Sage 1, you can share information like documents and data files at no extra charge. The 3 accounts variants that we have is, first up, Sage 1 Cashbook, which is at only £5 per month. Now this is the online cash-based accounting system for sole traders to keep organised for HMRC and the bank. Then we have Sage 1 Accounts at a very reasonable £10 a month, which is an online accounting service for small business owners. And then we have Sage 1 Accounts Extra, which is priced at £25 per month and is perfect for growing or established small businesses with up to 25 employees. Our payroll range is for up to 5, 10 and 15 employees and works at a cost of £1 per employee per month. Now it's a really simple and easy to use online payroll service that's fully RTI compliant. So as the accountant or bookkeeper, Sage are offering you the Accountants Edition in order to connect with your clients. If you don't already have club membership, as I mentioned, it's only £5 plus VAT per year. If you are a club member, then there's no additional charge for Sage 1 Accountants Edition. You do need to have the Accountants Edition up and running for you to then be able to invite clients to connect to you through Sage 1. Please give us a call on the number on the screen. So once you're set up as a Sage 1 Accountants Edition customer, you simply go to the Sage 1 homepage and log in with your email address and the password that you will normally set up when you activate your service. Once you are logged in, you're able to invite any of your clients to collaborate with you securely online. And we are offering you 20% commission. So when you sign clients up to Sage 1 service via the Sage 1 Accountants Edition, this commission would be for the life of that linked client. So as long as your client is using Sage 1, remains linked with you, you will be rewarded. All the clients that you sign up to Sage 1 will automatically receive an initial 30-day free trial, just to make sure that the software is right for them. You can also get help whenever you need it, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from our award-winning support staff in Newcastle, by phone or by email. Now, if you're based in Ireland, the number to call is 1890-812-811. And finally, if you like to self-teach, then you can visit our online help centre, where you'll find hundreds of comprehensive articles and videos. Now, with Sage 1, all the data is secured and backed up, and there's no need to worry about losing it. Sage 1 is online, so you can start using it straight away. There's nothing to download or install, and that means that when we update the software or improve any processes or add any new functionalities, you'll simply receive it in the next time you log in, without having to do anything. We do keep the software up to date with compliance, so you don't have to. Now, with Sage 1, you can work with your clients securely in real time on their business finances. So that means less time spent in meetings and more time that you can use helping your clients keep their business on the right track. Now, with Sage 1, there's absolutely no limit on how many transactions you can process each month, so you can use it as much as you like. Sage 1 also offers a number of ways for you to make business easier. For example, you can integrate your softwares with Sage Pay to take customer payments online or over the phone. Or if your client employs people, you can link up Sage 1 accounts with Sage 1 Payroll, meaning fewer manual transactions. So we're just going to look into detail on each variant. So as the accountant, you will get the initial access to Sage 1 Accountants Edition. Now, this helps you and your clients to collaborate securely online. You can view all your Sage 1 clients in one place, making it really easy to manage. And Sage 1 encourages your clients to enter their own data using a straight and easy to use interface. We have tried to keep it jargon-free for your clients, but as the accountant, you have the tools you need to deliver a personalized service. Now, there are some demo clients as well on there for Sage 1 Cashbook and Sage 1 accounts. So you can use them to show what you can create for your clients. So we're going to go into the Sage 1 Accountants Edition now. Now, as I mentioned before, you would sign in if you have registered to Sage 1. Now, if you've seen the demonstration on getting started with Sage 1, I do take customers through how to use Sage 1 Accountants Edition. So this is the home screen where you would see all your clients' information. So we have a number of clients that have been set up, and the two demonstration clients that you have are George Fellplaster and Sophie's Online Party Accessories. You would be able to see the services that they have subscribed to, how long ago did they actually log in to Sage 1. Any actions required would be if they've got the collaborate function working and they've sent you a file. And if you have sent any activations to anyone, then you'd get the triangle to inform you that you're waiting client activation, or you'll get the ticks to let you know that it's an active customer. So to create a new client, you just need to click on Create Client, and you would need to make sure that you go through the details which have asterisks next to them. And you need to specify the country as well. What you also have is a subscription paid by, so you would need to select if you're going to be paying for the client or if you're going to want to have the client invoice directly. So you select Save, and that would then take you into the client summary screen. Now here you would see the details of the company that you've added. And what you could do is you could edit the client and delete the client. You have the collaborate functionality as well, and that would only work if you've got the address details, email address and the phone number entered, and you've got the notes area. So if you do want to know more about how to use the Accountants Edition, please do watch the demonstration for getting started with Sage 1. So what else can you do with the Sage 1 Accountants Edition? Well, there is the functionality of Collaborate. Now, the Collaborate functionality is initiated by the accountant, and the client doesn't need to have a Sage 1 service in order to benefit from Collaborate. The first time an accountant starts a collaboration with a client, the client receives a text message that contains an unlock authentication code just to verify that the client is real. Recently we have changed that, so now customers would get a link via email, and they would need to go through the security settings. Now I do cover the Collaborate in action every Thursday on a webinar at 2:30, or please do watch the Collaborate webinar that has been created. Now with the Collaborate functionality, there's automatic virus scanning and data encryption. There is a full audit trail which allows the accountant to track the documents that have been sent, viewed and worked on. And there are 15 file types that can be uploaded at the moment, including PDFs, documents and CSVs. The maximum file size is 5 megabytes and the accountant has 1 gigabyte of storage available. So now moving on to Sage 1 Cashbook, this is the entry-level accounts variant of Sage 1 and is only £5 a month, which includes a 24 hours a day telephone, email and web support. It's ideal for sole traders and cash-based businesses who need to do annual self-assessment tax returns, or customers who want to work a bit more closely with you. In short, it helps cash-based businesses manage the money coming in and going out for their business. So I'm just going to go back to the product. I'm going to go into a demonstration client that is set up on Cashbook. Now the demonstration clients are available to you as well within the Accountants Edition. So if you are logged in right now, you can have a look. So the Cashbook client is our plasterer George Fell, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the difference between the client version and the Accountants version. So what you can do is you can log in as the client. And when you log in, you have these 4 options. Now we're going to go into the Cashbook option first, and this is where the customer would enter their invoices and transactions, so income and expenses in here. So we've just got the 2 tabs available, so we've got transactions and totals. Now if at any point you're not sure what to do within an individual area, you can select the little green box. If you select that, it takes you to the help site. I have a number of transactions that have already been entered, so what you can do is you can view already created transactions by selecting the transaction that you want, and you can see the information pop up in the expenses area. What you can also do is have recurrence, so you can edit recurrence if necessary, and you can repeat that payment. So if there's any direct debit, standing orders or any other repeated payments, you can create that. So I'm going to just show you how to enter an expense. So we're just going to use a payment method of bank. We've got a number of types of expenses, so we're just going to put it down as a phone and telephone cost. The payment date has been highlighted as today. If there's anybody already in the contact list, we can select them, so we're paying John Kane. We're just going to put a standard reference in and the bank account the money's coming from. So what we can do is we can put the total and we can get the VAT calculated as well at standard rate. Once you've selected that, what you can do is tick if the total includes the VAT, or it will automatically calculate the VAT for you. Just going to save that now, and as you can see, you get the new transaction confirmation at the bottom, and you also can see that the transaction is now appearing at the top of the list. If at any point you want to see old payments, what you can do is you can select the arrows at the bottom, or what you can do is change the pay date. So click on that and it refines it in the order of date. So we've got the oldest coming at the top. You can also do the same with the name. So you can group the names together, or categories as well. So that's what normally your customer would do. Just how we entered expenses, that's how you would also enter income. And then you've got totals area. So what you can do is see the totals for cash at bank summary and cash in hand summary as well. And you can specify the dates, and the same thing with cash in hand. So the next option that you have is banking. With banking, what you can do is the customer can manage their bank accounts, so they can transfer in between bank accounts that have been created, or they can add a new bank account as well. What you would be able to do is specify the account type. You would need to enter the address information and contact details. Your customer would also have access to the summaries area, and this shows a brief summary of how the company is doing. And you can also see the income and expenses area as well as profit. Your customer would also be able to print off a profit and loss report, and you can download the printable PDF version, or you can export it to CSV as well. So the other area that your customer has access to is contacts. Now within contacts, your customer would enter their customer and supplier information. And what you can do is you can import your customer and supplier information if needed, or you can create them. So you can create your customers manually using this window, and you would need to enter the address, delivery address, and any notes if you want to. Just the same way, if you want to edit any existing customers, you can just select into them, manage customers, and select edit. So these are the features that your customer would see. If we were to go back to being the accountant, we select click to resume being the accountant. We're going to go back into the Cashbook client, and I'm going to select login to Cashbook. Now what you can do here is you can do a lot more for the client. So you can have access to the summary. You will also be able to see their sales invoices, which allows you to enter other incomes. You can deal with expenses for the customer, so you can see their expenses as well, and other expenses can be entered. You have the same options as banking, so you can transfer and add new accounts for them, and you can also access their contacts information. Now Sage 1 for accountants differs in this area where you've got more. You can see journals, reports, and VAT return. So these options are only for you as the accountant, and what you're able to do is you're able to go to journals, and you can actually enter journal entries for the customer. So we've got a number of journals already selected, but I'll just show you how you can add a new one. So this is one that was already created, so I'm just going to go back to journals, and I'm going to create a journal. With the journal entries, you can specify the journal type. A reference is for your record or for the customer's record. You can enter a description, and what you can do is you can select from the already created nominal accounts. I'm just going to put an example. And the journal entries uses the double entry bookkeeping rule, so you have to make sure that the document balances. And if we save that now, we will be able to see the journal entry. So here you can see the journal entry that's been done. What you can also do within here is you can type in a reference to search a specific posting, or what you can also do is define it by date and the journal type, and you can also categorize it by the journal type that you want to see. So if you want to see any adjustments, you select adjustments, invoices, payments, or transfers. The reports that are available to you are accessible by going to more and reports. And now you can see that you have, you've also got access to the profit and loss report like the client did, but you've also got the balance sheet report, aged debtors report, aged creditors report, trial balance, and nominal activity report. So we're just going to open the balance sheet, and this gives you an example of the balance sheet report. You can download that and export it to PDF as well. So you can do that with all the reports. Once you have finished, you can do a VAT return for the client, and it takes you to the VAT submission screen. Now we have a number of VAT returns that have already been submitted, so I'm just going to take you through the early processes of submitting a VAT return. So what you would need to do is create a report for HMRC, which then takes you onto the VAT Return Wizard. Now as default, the Create VAT Return Report will always be selected. You would then select Next, and then this takes you to select the period. So because we've specified that the accounts are on a quarterly basis, it's picked up a quarter for us, but if you wanted to change the dates, you can do so. You need to confirm that you've entered all your transactions for this period before you can continue, and then you can select Next. If at any point you need to make any adjustments, it does give you a preview of the VAT return, and where it says Adjust, you can select that to make any type of adjustments that you want. Now, as you can see, it's updated our adjustment. And what you can do is you can download the preview in a printable PDF format, or export it to CSV, or directly print it to the printer. If you select Next, it takes you on to the last stage where you can submit it online through the government gateway with Sage 1, but you would need the user ID and password. And if you don't have that and you just want to submit it by other means, you can do that as well. Now if I save that, now an invoice has been created. And as you can see, it gives you the type, the period, the amount, manual submission as the status, and you've got the fact that it's not paid. So that's the difference between the Cashbook standard for the client's version and the accountant's version. So then there's Sage 1 Accounts. This is the middle variant of our Sage Accounts range and costs £10 per month. It's an online accounting service for small business owners who'd like to take a bit more control of their finances, but who don't necessarily have any accounting background or time for in-depth software training. It's possible to create sales invoices, create and send VAT returns online, and create and manage purchase invoices. So back into the Accountants edition, I'm going to select Sophie's Online Party Accessories, which is our demo client for accounts, and I'm going to log in to the client version. Logging into Accounts, and now the customer has a lot more options within the Accounts variant. They're able to run their own VAT return. They're also able to see their own reports. So before in Cashbook, customers could only see their profit and loss report, but in this variant your customer has access to the balance sheet, any outstanding purchase invoices, outstanding sales invoices, and trial balance. You would import the contacts information the same way as you would in Cashbook, so you have the option to import customers and suppliers information, and if you have a CSV that you want to import it from, you can use our template CSV, which I'll just show you now what it looks like. And what they would be able to do then is enter their customer or supplier information, save this file, and import the information into Sage 1. If for any reason they don't want to do a CSV import, then what they can do is manually create their clients. The customers are also able to do banking within this variant. They have the standard expenses option, so you can do a purchase invoice, they can do a sales invoice, and they can also have a summary. So this was a bit similar to Cashbook, but these options were available in Cashbook for the Accountants edition. So if we go to Sales Invoice and Create Invoice, a customer can then carry out a new sales invoice for any customer that they've got in their list. And as you can see, the main address has been picked up from the contacts information, and we're going to be using the same address as the main address. You're able to specify the invoice date and enter a reference. What you're then able to do is you can select an existing product, or you can create a product and service. You can specify if there's no VAT, and as you can see, as you enter the amount of quantity, total is automatically updated. You can enter notes here, and what you can also do is enter your terms and conditions. You're able to email or print the invoices, or if you just want to save, you can save it as well. Just the same way that you would enter sales invoices, that's how your client would enter expenses, and then they can do the VAT return as well. So the wizard is the same as Cashbook, where they would create report for HMRC, and they would then go through this 4-step process. Now going back to the accountant's version, I'm going to log back into the Sophie's Online Party Accessories, and I'm going to log in to accounts. Now as the accountant, what you're able to do is you're actually able to do journal entries, and the journal entry feature is exactly the same as it was in Cashbook, where you would create journal and you would use double entry bookkeeping to enter journals in here. What you're also able to do is go into Settings at the top, and you're able to go into Account Settings, and you've got Financial Settings. And within Financial Settings, you're able to specify the year-end date. You're also able to lock down any particular date. So if you don't want any postings to be done for any date before the 1st of May, we can lock that down. To get rid of any lockdowns, you just need to delete. You can check the VAT scheme as well, so you can change that and you can create a new scheme. What you're also able to do is specify the submission frequency, and you can set up opening balances and customize chart of accounts as well. So the customized chart of accounts is a feature if you want to enter your client specific nominal codes, and we have a number of nominal codes that are categorized in the same way as our Sage Instant software. To create a new nominal code, you scroll all the way down and select the Create Nominal Code option. You would then be given a code that's next available, or if you've noticed, there are a number of codes that are missing, 7901 missing there, so we can create that. And what you can do is create the account name, and the display name is what the customer would see. So if we select that now, that has now created the nominal code that we've just created. So that's some of the differences within the accounts package. Sage 1 Accounts Extra is our latest accounts release. It's designed for growing businesses who maybe trade abroad, want to share accounts data, and want better insight into their business finances. Sage 1 Accounts Extra is £25 per month, with additional businesses at £18 per month. It allows the users to trade in foreign currencies, manage multiple users with controlled access, and it also provides an accurate and up-to-date picture of the business as it stands. But it also allows users to forecast their future cash flow status and plan ahead. Now, I do run a separate webinar which focuses on Sage 1 Accounts Extra in detail, and this takes place every Wednesday at 2:30 till 3:30. So I'm not going to go into great detail about Sage 1 Accounts Extra now, but I will show you the program's interface so that you can see for yourself the additional features it contains in relation to Sage 1 Cashbook and Sage 1 Accounts. So going back into the Accountants Edition, I'm going to select our example client of Ahead in the Cloud, which is subscribed to Accounts Extra. Now the client summary information will always be the same, so I'm going to log into Accounts Extra. Now the first time you go into Accounts Extra, you will see the Getting Started guide. Now it takes you through the 4 simple steps of how the client can get set up with Accounts Extra. You've also additional tabs such as Sales, Purchases, Cash Flow, and Cash Flow Forecast. Now if I were to show you the Sales screen, this shows you a graph which, if you hover over, it shows you the figures as well. And what you're able to do is you're able to define the dates that you want to see the graphs for. What you also have are the graphs that show you outstanding sales invoices, and the percentages automatically calculated. You also have overdue sales invoices, quotes, top 5 customers, top 5 debtors, and VAT return as well. So it has some of the same options as Cashbook and Counts, where you've got the sales, purchases, contacts, products and services, and banking. Within Accounts Extra, your clients can also do journals, and the reporting section is separate. Just the same way that you have the graph for sales, you also have the graph for purchases. And once again, you can refine the search for the dates that you want to see. And the purchases shows the outstanding purchase invoices, any overdue purchase invoices, and breakdown of ledger accounts as well. And it automatically creates the graph for you, which calculates the percentages. You've then got your top 5 suppliers, and then you would be able to see your top 5 creditors. You would then also have the cash flow statement, which you can then specify the bank account that you want to see information for. And what you're also able to do is download the cash flow statement report. And as you can see, you have the graph and you have your opening balances, cash flow in, cash flow out, closing balances, liabilities to offset, and net balance. And what you can do is you can also view a detailed breakdown. So going back now, what you also have is the cash flow forecast report. Now the details that are calculated in the cash flow statement and the cash flow forecast all depend on the postings that have been made for the previous months. What you also have as well within Accounts Extra is if you go to Settings and if you go to User Management, you're able to create individual users who can then log into the program, and then they can be customized. So we've already got a number of users that have been set up. You would need to make sure you've got their email address, and what you can do is set them up as a system manager, which means that they have full rights, or you can customize the rights. The way that you can do that is we have the 5 standard as well, where you can give full access, restricted access, read only, no access, or custom. So if you wanted a client to be able to do some journal entries but not enter any sales invoices, you would need to customize, and then where it says advanced permissions, you would need to make sure that you only give them read-only access for other areas, no access for sales. You would then need to give full access for journals. Finally, we then have Sage 1 Payroll, which is always up to date with UK and Irish legislation, and of course is RTI compliant. It's possible to print out payslips, so there's no need for additional payroll stationery. There's a comprehensive Getting Started walkthrough the first time you log into Sage 1 Payroll, and then all the sums are worked out automatically in the software. So for example, you don't have to worry about calculating national insurance contribution or sick pay deduction. Now it's available for a maximum of 15 employees, and it integrates with all of our Sage 1 account variants, which are Cashbook, Accounts and Accounts Extra. So if you subscribe to both Sage 1 Accounts and Sage 1 Payroll, to save you time, when you pay your employees, their salary information automatically posts to accounts. This also posts the bank payments for employees' net wages and a payment to clear your liabilities to HMRC. So I'll just show you the payroll version. Just going to go into a payroll client. So Liz Cashbook has already been created with Payroll 15. And we're going to log into Payroll. Now what you have is you have the Summary tab, Pay, Employees, and you've got the Years, and you've got the Year End. So what you're able to do is in the Summary tab, you're able to check the information of the weekly pay run, and what would happen is it would highlight how many employees are ready to be paid. So then you would be expected to process the pay run, and it would take you through the guide to get started. So it's a 4-step process where you would select Next. Once you select Next, you would then need to record any absences. So we've got 3 employees, and what you would be able to do is drill down further into any of their absences, or you could add any other absent that's relevant. You would then need to select Next, edit any pay information, and when you select Next, you would then be able to confirm pay. So if at any point you've made any mistake, you can go back, or you can go back to any of the tabs at the top, make your changes, and then go back to processing the pay. With the employees information, what you would need to do is create your employees. So you need to make sure that you complete all the areas with asterisks next to them. And then you can go through the year end. So what you can do is review employee pay. You can do a submission of an EPS. You can print out P60s, and you can check and submit earlier year updates as well. If for any reason you need to check the settings, you can go to Settings, Payroll 15 Settings, and then Payroll Settings. And here you would have information about your PAYE reference, your account office reference, the HMRC reporting frequency, as well as HMRC payment methods, and RTI and board date as well. So now that we've covered Sage 1 Cashbook, we've gone over Sage 1 Accounts, we've shown you briefly Sage 1 Accounts Extra and Sage 1 Payroll. Hopefully you should have now a better understanding of the individual variants. So what next? What I'd say is give us a call to get you set up for your Sage 1 Accountants Edition. What you should also do is set up your practice profile on Sage 1 Directory, update your website to market yourself as Sage 1 Accountant or Bookkeeper. Use the resources on our Sage Exchange website to tell your existing or prospect clients about Sage 1. And let us know if you'd like to arrange a Sage 1 seminar at your practice. What you can also do is book onto our Sage 1 Accounts Extra session, which is every Wednesday at 2:30. So if you do have any other questions, please do not hesitate to contact our support team on 0845 111 1111. Thank you.